Good morning. Happy Thursday. Today we are going to be talking just for a few minutes about the deciduous forest. The next couple of days throughout the week and next week, we're going to be talking about all of the different biomes that we mentioned before. So, this is going to be the first one that we're going to talk about. And the reason why I always choose this one first is because it's where we live. So, it's one of the easiest ones to kind of remember because you can look outside and see the deciduous forest and see all of the different types of plants and animals that live there. So when we talk about the rainforest later on in the desert, we're going to have to use our imagination. We're going to have to use videos and pictures that we've seen if you haven't really traveled around before and actually been to those types of biomes. But for the deciduous forest, we can actually go outside and be in this biome. So that's pretty cool. So I just have a poster behind me of a couple of different plants and animals that you can find in the deciduous forest. Some of you have probably seen most of these plants and animals. Of course, there are many more. These are just a few. So remember we talked about really small ecosystems, like even puddles can be an ecosystem as long as you have living things in it. And so when you break down all the different places that you could possibly find in the deciduous forest, like small lakes and rivers, you're gonna have so many more different types of plants and animals. And depending on if you're deep in the woods or just on the outskirts or whatever. So like I said, these are just a few. A place that I want you guys to visit this week and next week online is called Blue Planet Biome, and you might have went there this year when you guys were talking about the ecosystems. If not, it's a really good website. I did go on today, and it looks like they've changed it a little bit, and maybe some extra like commercial kind of things are on there, but it's still good. It still has excellent information. So if you go to Blue Planet, so not plant, you would think plant, but it's planetbiome.com. It'll pop up and it'll show all the different biomes, so you can click on those, and then once you get in, you can click on different plants and animals and even the climate of that biome and do some research. So it's pretty cool. All right, so a couple of things about the deciduous forest that's really important to remember, and makes it so much different from other biomes, and you'll see that later, is that the deciduous forest has 4 seasons, right? We have winter, spring, summer, and fall here. Not all biomes have that, and so it depends on where you are on the globe as to what types of seasons and how long they last. So we are one of the only biomes that has 4 different seasons. Also, because of those 4 different seasons, our trees lose their leaves and then they come back again. So when we visit like the tundra and the taiga later, you'll realize that not all trees do that. So here in the deciduous forest, our trees lose their leaves. We also have really good soil here. So we have lots of different types of plants, different kinds of trees. I have a couple up here. We have all different kinds of just shrubbery and bushes and flowers and even different types of grass. So for those plants to grow and to have different types of plants like that, you really need to have good soil. And along with good soil, you need to have good rainfall, good sunlight. So like I was saying before, we have those 4 seasons. So in the wintertime, we don't have a lot of growth happening. But whenever we have a good season that has good rainfall and sunlight, that's when our plants and things are going to grow, right? So it depends on the season as to what types of plants you're going to get. So if you are somebody that likes to garden or farm, then you're probably very much aware of how all of that works and when to plant certain types of crops. The deciduous forest is also made up mostly of the United States. So when we talk about that, we live in the deciduous forest, we're not just talking about like North Carolina. So we're talking about most of the United States, not all of it. You can go to different places in the United States and find grasslands or deserts too, but most of the United States is going to be deciduous forest. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to get on and visit that blueplanetbiome.com and check it out and do a little bit of digging as to different kinds of plants and animals besides the ones I have on my poster up here. And also just be aware of your surroundings. So when you go outside, be looking at different types of plants and maybe look them up by like a description of what they look like and see what their names are and what types of plants live around you. Okay. Also, make sure you're still going to Study Jams. So Study Jams has all kinds of videos on the different biomes. So make sure you go to studyjams.com and see if you can find a video on the deciduous forest and watch that. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll talk about a brand new biome.